What's going on, guys? It's Spright Team Arsenal back with another video. As you can see, we are here with the final round of Cough Cup 9, where we have on the right Pure Spright and on the left Phantom Knights. Yes, we have Phantom Knights in the final round. Not any regular old Phantom Knights. I believe this is a variation of PK Fire, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but from what I saw when I was watching it at the actual tournament, it's what it looked like to me. But I'm really excited for this one, guys. Before we get into a huge shout out to Hyperion Games as always for sponsoring these tournaments. Great store. Like I said, they got Pokemon, Smash Bros, Yu-Gi-Oh, etc. And if you're even trying to get some tournaments that, you know, are not usually of the norm, like GOAT format, traditional format for Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that, or maybe trying to squeeze like a new game in there or something like that, talk to them about it. And if you have the people for it, the popularity for it, they can get it started for you. Also, guys, this upcoming weekend, time recording this video, we have the Cough Cup 10 for you guys. I'm gonna let the actual competitors at the tournament notice as well, but there is a delay, unfortunately, on the sleeves, so we'll be changing up instead, and we'll be doing a Mega 10 case tournament along with the actual mats for first and second place, you guys. So make sure you're there, come check us out. Yeah, let's get right into it. So see, they're finishing the shuffle up here, little cuts here and there. Really like those sleeves though. I'm assuming I don't want to just automatically assume that's from Pirates Caribbean, but he looks like that that one guy from Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Okay, so I think we have PK Fire starting off. Start off with normal Racket Gloves, special Kagamusha Knight. Pretty standard combo here for Phantom Knights. A regular level 3 normal summon plus an extender off of Kagamusha Knight. Though truth be told, these are probably the ones you don't want to start out the game with. But I mean, Racket Gloves is still pretty solid. It gets out any of your Phantom Knights and puts them in the graveyard. So we're gonna go ahead and link those two away for Cherubini. From here, we're gonna activate Cherubini's effect. Dumping is the cost, which makes but Burning Abyss so good. That's why it's one of my favorite archetypes of all time. Dante, the meal is cost. Cherubini, the meal is cost. Beatrice, you got me. The meal is the actual effect. But man, just I just love the RNG of this. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and dump our graph. Then we're going to go ahead and special our Seer, which is I'm assuming that's what we usually do with these Phantom Knight combos. Are we looking for it? Like, I don't think the Seer was in hand. Like, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, he still has Harpy's Feather Duster. What were the other two cards? I think Effect Veiler, and yeah, I don't think the last card was Seer, unless I'm mistaken. Oh, it was Seer. Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, so that's our only target then. We can't really do graph effect. Well, that's really kind of an opponent that's actually allowed him to switch it up though. But the thing is, the positive note is the Seer can still be used as an extender if it's special summon to a zone that Cherubini points to, because it came short by card effects. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use Racket Gloves effect after we dump Taurus Scales in the graveyard to dump our Silent Boots. This would summon back out our Torn Scales. Like I said, we still have Seer Taily as an extender right here. We're just going to straight link away here into Rusty. Now here's our first misplay of the game, unfortunately. As we see Ghost Ogre come down on the Rusty Bardige's effect. When you use Torn Scales' effect to summon this up back out, he does in fact get banished. So in this case, you probably should have overlaid with the special summon the Seer and overlay with the 2 to put it back in the graveyard, or actually use his effect to get some more usage and mileage out of it before you let it get banished. Now the thing is, on this Ghost Ogre is actually pretty awkward too here, because I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna go ahead and read the text. I think he still gets to dump and set. Let me just double check here with the text of Rusty Bardige. I'll put it up here for you guys as well. Yes, you can send one Phantom Knight's monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then set one Phantom Knight spell trap. Yep. Wait, unless there's some kind of discrepancy here? Okay, so are we assuming that the Ghost Ogre just, because like if we're assuming that the Ghost Ogre just stops the whole entire effect, I believe that's incorrect. Oh no, yeah, it's a lot of. Oh, that's not looking good. Okay, so we're gonna play it as it is, unfortunately, guys. Here, but if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe the Rusty Bardiche will still get its effect if he activates it. There's nothing actually saying it has to remain on the board to actually get its effect. And also, I believe the Rusty Bardiche is a hard once per turn as well. Yeah, she'll use each effect of the Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche once per turn. Ooh, okay, so like I said, we're going to have to play it as is. It's a little bit unfortunate. But like I said, I believe the Rusty will still get its effect, but we're going to move forward with it. So Monster Reborn, summon it back out. I'm going to pass turn to our Spright player. Start off with normal summon a Beaver. It's a Beaver effect. It's met by Effect Veiler. We're going to set one. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, when you have to activate the actual normal summon effect for a Spright, for not a Spright, but a level 2, and you actually know you don't have no Sprites in hand, it kind of sucks, because now it's like, yeah, that's a whole sign of, yeah, I have nothing outside of this if I have the normal summon activate effect. So we're going to draw for turn here. Despite the misplays and the weird turn, Phantom Knight still has a pretty solid chance to actually take this one pretty easily. If your Spright opponent is sitting on set 2 and a normal summon with a level 2, usually those sets are bluffs. You could probably be expecting the Smashers here, maybe a Gamma Burst, because we saw a Gamma Burst in the hand. But outside of that, maybe Infinite Permanence or something. Nothing is really serious spot removal in this deck. So what we did was we used Boots to search for Fog Blade, and then we'll use Torn Scales to come back from the graveyard because a Phantom Knight was banished. And now we're going to special summon out Wielder, but I believe he goes in defense and not an attack. But I don't think it's going to matter because I think we're about to overlay for a Leviair. Yep. Then we use Leviair's effect. Chain Infinite Permanence to negate. In this situation, it's fine. I'm assuming we're going to battle phase. Or okay, no, we're not. Yeah, I was going to say, why did the Beaver leave board? Alright, we did have the Harpies. Why we should have started off with the Harpies then, if that was the case, yeah. Oh, I totally forgot the Harpies was in hand. Yeah, we should start off with the Harpies just to clear the back row. This, like we were saying last match with the Floowandereeze player, even if it's a 1-for-1, you still get that Harpies before you start your plays because you don't know what they have back there. That could be a strike, a judgment, whatever. Either we know it's Spright, so this can't be real serious back row. The Infinite Permanence could actually been avoided if we actually get the Harpies first. So now we have another discrepancy. So we go with battle phase. We're gonna have the Leviair and the Rusty swing in here. All right, so you can tell by life points we're at 5,900 to 8,000 right now. Past turn. We could have done so much with that turn, but okay, we're just gonna scoop it up here. Okay, cool. We're going to game 2, I guess. Yeah, I was about to say the Phantom Knights could have done so much more with that turn, but hey, still get you there. Spright brick, they bricked. All right, guys. Like we're back with game number 2. We see Spright starting off with set 1. If you see set 1 in Spright, that's never a good sign. Set 2 pass. Jesus Christ. What did you side in, my guy? We see on the side of wait, did he not draw for turn? Wait. Okay, there we go. I was saying, wait, you draw a turn, my guy. All right, so we're going to stand by main. We're going to activate the reinforcement army, which is met by Ash, interestingly enough. And we do have the call by, so we could have actually chained it there. But instead, we're going to do our danger. I think that was Jackalope. And we indeed hit the Jackalope. American Sniper here. But we still get to get the Jackalope's effect special summon from the deck. Which I'm assuming it will be a Tsuchinoko. Oh, no. Okay, so we revealed the Tsuchinoko. Okay. So we revealed Tsuchinoko. It was missed. Jackalope was hit instead, so we special summon out the Tsuchinoko. We draw off a turn. I mean, not draw off a turn. We draw off of the Tsuchinoko, excuse me. Then we go ahead and normal summon out the Ancient Cloak, special summon out the Boots. Link all the way right into a Rusty. If we go for Rusty effect, unfortunately it's met by Gamma. Thing is, you're not necessarily out of it yet, but you're not a really good spot because you have so much you can still do here. But I don't think it's going to get you any bodies on the board, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and activate Ancient Cloak's effect. To search for what is, I can't tell, unfortunately, because of the glare. I don't know if that's a boot or torn scales, but either way, we're gonna see on the resolution of the search and activation of Appointed Red Lotus. We're gonna pay 2,000, reveal our hand, and then look at our opponent's hand and banish one card in their hand to the end of the turn. So you can see, it indeed was in torn scales, which we banished at the end of the turn, leaving us in a really bad spot here. But you see, Jazz did in fact have the well, you do see in fact that our Spright player, excuse me, our Spright player has blue in hand, but no level 2s actually to start his plays here. But we're gonna see our Phantom Knight player banish the Boots from graveyard to search for a Fog Blade, destruction for our opponent's turn. So in hand we have Call by, Fog Blade, and our Graph. Not looking very good right now. So we're going to pass turn, draw a turn, E-Telly. That's pretty good. So we'll go ahead and activate E-Telly. I'm assuming this is going to summon out our another copy of Gamma. Yep. Which immediately allows us to be able to summon out our blue from hand and basically start comboing from there. So summon out blue, attempt blue effect. We're gonna let this go through. Gonna search Jet. Special Jet, activate Jet effect. We'll allow it to go through as well. Search for starter. Now, the thing is, though, unfortunately, yeah, even if we can't really say Fog Blade on the blue is a good idea here, because simple fact that if you can just overlay it to Gigantic and then still get the starter and still get the Jet. So, I think it just, yeah, it's too much for the Fog Blade to handle, because now you literally could just, if you wanted to, summon out the Carrot before you even go into the Spright, Gigantic Spright. So I'm going to take damage for summoning out the Carrot, which is 1,000. So we're going to put our Spright player at 5,000. But now you have the Carrot for protection. You have way more than enough bodies to go to Gigantic and have the negation still up. So it's not looking very good for our Phantom Knight player here. So summon out the Gigantic, activate Gigantic effect. We're going to attempt to Fog Blade it. We're going to, in fact, use our Carrot to negate it. And unfortunately, we're thinking about call buying here, but the call buy would do nothing at this point. Yeah, explain that the Carrot is the one on the board that's actually doing the negation, not the Gamma. So that'll be negated. A little more discussion about it. My apologies for the audio in the background. Messenger. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use our gigantic Spright here. So now, the thing is, I'm assuming in the discussion it was unfortunately leaked that the opponent, the Phantom player, may have a call by the grave. So now that's probably why our Spright player is a little hesitant to somehow swap. So we're going to start off with the swap effect to dump the Ronin Toad. And just immediately call by on the Ronin Toad. Which is not the end of the world right now. Still have plenty of bodies. Still getting a lot of damage here. But I'm pretty sure we can go a little bit further than this. Obviously, it's not immediately into Toad. I mean, still got Elf, but like I said, the Toad is basically a no-go right now. But we can't get it for the damage. Actually, that's what we are in fact doing. So we're going to get in for 16, 1,000 and 1,000, putting our opponent at 44. But them not really have anything like I said. The only thing in hand right now is a graph. The only thing I can really save you right now with that graph is drawing the Seer, which is also a one of. But here we're gonna go ahead and go into Elf. Summon back on Swap Frog effect to dump another swap. I mean, it's a slower way to get into your Toad, but you'll still get there. But in the meantime, it's just gonna be the swap on the board is gonna be fodder for the carrot if you don't want to use the Elf for spell trap negate. For turn, what do we draw? Looks like a trap, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, D barrier. Oh, that's rough. Let's start for normal summon graph. The thing is, though, weirdly enough, this could actually check the two level 2 monsters there. You can have the well, we're gonna see on the sun. We're gonna go ahead and use our Spright Elf to summon back out the blue. I was going to say the graph can kill the carrot, and then you can have the graph use the effect summon out Seer, which you can then attack into the swap or attack into the Elf. And then next turn when it dies, you can just basically summon back out graph as a little bit of a body. But at this point, I think there might be a little too much for the Fanside player to handle this game. Because now you can easily just use Elf to summon out. Then you can use Elf to summon out the swap to go into totally awesome. You see D barrier come down, but it doesn't really matter because you already have the carrot set up. Because now you can just go Jet. It's just basically, yeah, it's GG from here. Because we even have the Gamma Burst. Yeah. If you don't know what Gamma Burst does, it's basically a one of, and most Spright decks now is a way to get an easy game. Basically, what it does is turns all your level 2s, rank 2s, and link 2s all gain 1400 attack to the end of the turn. So basically, think of it like a limiter removal for the Spright deck. So we went and used Elf Effect, Summon out Gigantic, and then we're going to use Summon out our Nimble Beaver. Then we're going to activate our Gamma Burst, which is basically just, yeah, telling it it's definitely game. Because even if you summon out, yeah. So we're moving to game 3. Alright guys, we're back with the final game of the final round of Cough Cup 9. Who's going to take it? Our new young upcomer in Phantom Knights, or our savvy veteran in Pure Spright? We see, unfortunately, Phantom Knights brick heavy with Skill Drain, Cosmic, Nibiru, the Unknown set as far as the monster. But we're going to start off with flipping the Skill Drain. Pay 1,000. Which is fine right now. And we're gonna see Spright starting off with Swap Frog. Specialing out the carrot. Overlay or link, okay. Link it to Elf. We're gonna smash this. Oh, we got smashes already in hand. Wow. Okay. So we go ahead and special out the blue. Activate smashers. Banish the carrot for cost. Banish the blue. Or banish the. Yeah, you might as well just banish the blue. But the thing is though, you kind of get rid of your engine here, because now you banish the carry, you banish the blue. Maybe think we're gonna change some here. Oh no, no, oh no, no. This is unfortunate why I was calling him Little Rookie, because if you haven't noticed, this actually is, fun fact, his very first tournament here at Hyperion, and this is his very first Cough Cup. So he's kind of new as far as competing against other people, but he, like I said, he made it this far, and I'm really proud of him. But unfortunately, that was a rookie mistake. The Cosmic is just like MST; it does not negate. So basically, you just paid 1,000 to your opponent for free. So now you're down to 6,000 while they're at 8,000. A huge misstep here. Because now we can just proceed with Elf. Elf summon back out the swap. Swap effect to send Ronatoad. Then we're going to pitch the Beaver from hand to summon back out the swap. And on the summon, we're going to nib there. Honestly, that was well played by the Spright player, but that nib was definitely going to come down there. So we're going to go ahead and nib here. Give our opponent a token. But yeah, we still activated the swap. So yeah, the swap will still send a swap. Yeah, despite a couple missteps, this was actually pretty solidly played by PK. It could have done a little bit more clean, but yeah, you still handled the board. Your opponent has to burn a lot of resources trying to stop you here. And like they don't have much to go with right now. I mean, granted, he can go into another elf, but that won't do anything this turn. So yeah, we're gonna summon another elf. We got Ronatoad summon back out. Oh, I am an idiot. Okay, this is definitely well played by our Spright player. So basically the play was link away the Ronatoad and the Nibiru token to an elf. Elf doesn't even have to use his effect. That's fine, because elf has already been used. Ronatoad can banish the other swap, summon back out the Ronatoad, overlay into the Gigantic Spright, and we still get into our Spright plays. Well played by our Spright player. Well played. But on the activation of the Gigantic, we still have infinite permanence. So we're going into battle phase. We're gonna have Gigantic Spright swing over our Ancient Cloak. And move to main phase 2, Downard. And Zeus. Yes, well played by our Spright player. Well played. So now with Zeus effect, get rid of the nib. Set 1 pass. Though our Phantom Knight player is not down to water yet, we still have Ancient Cloak to search for any Phantom Knight card we need here. Mainly it's Horn Scales. Unfortunately, it would still have to run into the Zeus and the unknown set. Unless we, okay, yeah. So unless we already have Torn Scales is what I'm thinking, because like, yeah, he grabs boots. So maybe we already have Torn Scales. Oh, we have Wielder and boots. Okay. So normal boots, special out the Wielder. On the summon, we're gonna go ahead and activate our Zeus to send both to the graveyard. Yeah, I was definitely thinking we were gonna go into Torn Scales, but yeah, this works too. Because now you just go boots, search for your Fog Blade. Thing is, your opponent has nothing set for the 3000 beater right now that you know of. So you're not out of the game necessarily yet. But the thing is, though, my way of thinking is that if we did Torn Scales, Northern Torn Scales, when you search it off the Ancient Cloak, you could use Torn Scales effect pitching off the Wielder to put something in the graveyard to follow up for turn, because there's no way out in the Zeus. That's for starters. And speaking of starters, E-Telly. Niggas, are we on 3 elf? Because this can go some out the game. That's level 2 right there, but are we on 3 elf is the question. But what I was going to say was I was trying to figure out a way we actually can set ourselves up with better follow-up if we went for Torn Scales. But the thing is, it won't give you a disruption, so I get the line to play here, where you do the Fog Blades to try to stop your opponent, and then you just hope you... But the thing is, the problem is it puts you on top deck. You have to top deck something here. And keep in mind, he's only at... Okay, so we're going to battle phase. Okay. The thing is, though, I feel like this is a misstep as well here, because we should have took the damage. Because now you've shotgunned your Fog Blade on the Zeus to prevent the 3000 damage. I get it. But you're got to use your last points of resources right now. You took you already took 6,000 at your own discretion here. And now your opponent goes into Halki Firebrax. And just basically continues to play the game here because we shotgunned the Fog Blade instead of just taking the damage in the main phase 2 when it went to the Halki Firebrax. We could just simply Fog Blade it right there. Because now your opponent has full combo again. Like I said, it's an honest mistake. You gotta learn from it. But it's not looking very good right now for our Phantom Knight player. So Gigantic gets out the blue. Blue will then search for our Jet. Then Jet will summon. Use Jet's effect. Searching, I'm assuming probably for a starters or smashers if you're on 2 smashers. But I'm more so expecting a Gamma Burst or a starter to be the remaining cards. Yep, there we go. Because not many people are on 2 smashers. There are some people out there on 2 smashers though, surprisingly. I mean, it's not the best card, but it ain't the worst card either. It's a great spot removal. It just costs you a lot to use it. So we're going to set the starter. And we're going to pass turn here. So not any disruptions that we know of right now. And Lightning Storm off the top deck. Just not enough. So we're going to go Lightning Storm here. We either get the Spright or the starter. The starter can be chained, so I guess we might as well go for the Gigantic Spright here. And we don't really have anything here, unfortunately. And for opponent pass, we're going to activate the starter. Summon from deck. And it's looking like this is all she wrote, unfortunately. Definitely a valiant effort by our PK player. Like I said, first tournament, first time Hyperion, first Cough Cup, and he made it this far. And I believe at this time he had a X1 record. Yeah, so go ahead and pass over to our Spright player. puts on us an attack position. We only have to do, I believe, I think Gamma is 1,000 attacks. We have to do 4,000 here. So I go again for, I believe the Jet is 13. The Red, I believe, is 12. Let me make sure on these. And our Blue is 11, which puts us at 36. So we're going to go into main phase 2, link into our mask arena. Wow, so we couldn't finish the game here. But thing is, though, it's not really a good spot for Phantom regardless, because even if you top deck turn scales, you don't have another, which we did, wow, but we don't have another card to discard here. So we just basically set one and just hope to survive the turn. But instead, we're going to go, nope, just IP before we pass turn here into Unicorn. Shuffle it away, and that should do it. Yep, I think that should do it here, yep. So look, our winner will be, in fact, Pure Spright, taking home the finals of Cough Cup 9, you guys. Yep, there's the lethal right there. Well, guys, it's been Team Arsenal. Sign out, peace, and have a great day.